Okay, so I did see Peter Francho here.
Yeah. So Peter Francho, he's on Elliott's endorsements. Why am I supporting Peter Francho? A few reasons. He's a reformer. He knows how to spend the money. For a lot of the people he's been fighting in the legislature, particularly Michael Miller and Mike Bush, same people that I fought with for a long time. And in the way that he's been conducting his campaign.
But they're dead now.
Hey, they're dead now. And so showing me that he had to fight while they were all powerful in this state shows a lot of courage, shows a lot of heart. And then in the way he's been conducting his campaign, Peter Francho is supporting a lot of reformer candidates in the black community for delegate, a lot of reformer candidates for county council, particularly down in
reformer?
So, reformer, people who are independent financially and politically, people who want to advance goals that are good for the community, not necessarily for the developers, not necessarily for the police or the business industry. So an example of a few of those would be Belinda Queen, myself, Monica Roebuck in Prince George's County, people who Peter Francho's campaign has gone out of their way to make it easy, not just to support us, but to work in tandem with us, so that when we're governor, when he's governor, we're governor.
Tell me about the 23rd district.
23rd district. Oh boy, that's probably the most exciting district in the state.
That's what Martin Mitchell says. Take me to the Senate race. You got
three candidates for state Senate. You got Sylvia Johnson, you have Raheel Ahmed, and Ron Watson. Ron Watson, the appointed incumbent. Sylvia Johnson, who is a businesswoman running for state Senate, who I'm supporting. And you have Raheel Ahmed, Board of Education member who recently left the seat to run for the state Senate. There are also 9 or so candidates for the House of Delegates.
Who's the favorite in the Senate race?
So there have been multiple small polls.
No answer.
In the polls, Sylvia Johnson has been in the lead.
Okay.
I believe that Sylvia Johnson is going to be the winner. I estimate with over 40% of the vote. I think Ron Watson is going to be in the high 30s. I believe that Raheel Ahmed is going to be in the high teens to low 20s in vote
Who do you like in the delegate race to win?
So the top 4 candidates will be Marvin Holmes, Monica Roebuck, Kim Taylor, and Jocelyn Collins. I am personally supporting Monica Roebuck, Kim Taylor, and Jocelyn Collins. The Peter Francho campaign is supporting Marvin Holmes. The Sylvia Johnson ticket is supporting Monica Roebuck, January McKay, and then the Ron Watson ticket is supporting Marvin, Jocelyn, and Kim. Very, very dynamic race. Anything could happen among the top 4.
I gotta shift gears. The Attorney General's race.
Oh boy! So
Congressman Anthony Brown, Judge Katie O'Malley.
Anthony Brown is the favorite, I would say, but there's one hair in the soup, so to speak.
The favorite in Baltimore, PG.
The favorite in the state, I would say, is Anthony Brown. I think Anthony Brown should win it. He's gotten 51% on his own, on his own name. However, the court challenge, if Anthony Brown gets tossed, or even has the news article.
Residency?
It's not residency. It's more an issue of tenure. So
he hasn't been a judge before.
The state constitution says that you need to have practiced law for 10 years in Maryland. Not you've been bar certified. Not you've been able to practice law. So Anthony Brown has been bar certified since 1994, since before I was born. However, he has not practiced much legally, and then even of his legal practice, much of it was with JAG Corps, which was outside of the state of Maryland. So I'm supporting Anthony Brown, as you see. I got our boy from Prince George's on a sample ballot. However,
does he support black business?
Does he support black business? That's the question I'm going to make Anthony Brown. That's the question Anthony Brown has to answer.
That's a stall
That's the question Anthony Brown's got to answer. Is Anthony Brown here today?
Is he?
No. Is Richard Elliott here today? Yes, I am.
Richard Elliott is here.
Now,
you've earned your stripes.
Yes. Now that is to say, I will gladly go to Anthony Brown and make sure that for some of the things we saw during the pandemic with price gouging, where we saw with, for example, with enforcing the fuel tax holiday, ensuring those are all implemented correctly, are things I'm gonna take to Congressman Brown, to Attorney General Brown. But it is incumbent on anybody running statewide. You have to be at an event like this, particularly when you're running, to try and win the black vote.
Okay, Brooke Learman, she's a delegate. She's running against
Timothy Adams, Mayor Bowie, my mayor right next door.
Oh, that's right. Let me just back up and say thanks for the editorial on the Prince Georgian. It was the first editorial on the PrinceGeorgian.com. We're a brand new baby. We wanted to bring your part of the world its own vehicle, so thank you for taking the reins.
Thank you. And I'm gonna submit something soon my opinion on the 23rd race is probably one of the most asked for in the state, so we can do something on the 23rd.
Tim Adams. Why you like Tim Adams?
Why do I like Tim Adams for comptroller? Sometimes you got to do what your voters support. Tim Adams is going to win my district. Tim Adams is known by many of the voters in my district. Brooke Learman is not particularly known. So the senator in my district, Joanne Benson, along with several of the other delegates, are supporting Brooke Learman, which leaves me no option, unfortunately, but to support Comptroller Adams. But I have supported him in the past. I helped him win the mayor's race. I knocked over 300-something doors for him. I was on the ground for him on election day. I've had him on my literature the entire time. And I think that's going to be the most competitive statewide race to the end.
The Republican gubernatorial primary, who wins?
I think it's going to be Dan Cox, even though Dan Cox is not here today, and a certain candidate got a glowing review today. I think that Dan is going to end up winning. You go around to the most Republican parts.
We can't say her name. It's illegal.
Okay. Oh, Kelly Schultz. I'll say her name. Kelly Schultz. So Kelly Schultz got a glowing review today from the president of the association. I think Dan Cox is going to win the Republican primary with over 35% of the vote. Winning that Trump base is going to be really, really hard for somebody else to take away from. And I personally am anticipating a gubernatorial general election between my friend Comptroller Francho and Dan Cox, where Francho gets over 66% of the vote.
Okay. Any new surprises in Baltimore City? 45th District, East Baltimore, Corey McRae's part of the world.
Yes, the most interesting update to me is the new slate. There is no Stephanie Smith. It is McRae, Kaylin Young, Jackie Addison. My money's on Jackie Addison to come in first for delegate. And I think Kaylin
over
Young
Stephanie Smith.
Over Stephanie Smith. Over Stephanie Smith. You heard it here first.
What was the revolution? What was the coup for?
So I can't speak on what caused the beef between anybody over there.
Oh, there's a beef?
Hey, I'm not going to speak on what caused the beef. However, I can say safely that Jackie is going to win off the strength of the McRae ticket. I think that Tom Perez, I was at their office opening.
You can just negate Steph. I thought Stephanie was doing great things.
So there's a difference between doing great in Annapolis and being well known and recognized for permanent constituent services. Miss Jackie has a heart of gold. Miss Jackie has been working for decades.
You ever lived in Baltimore? You talk a lot about Baltimore. You talk real strong about Baltimore.
I did live. I lived walking distance from Johns Hopkins University when I lived there, just like Westmore.
You're going hard in the paint. My name's Donnie Glover. I'm getting out of here. This rapid fire.
Thank you for having me, Donnie. You have a great
hold
day.
Up. You want to add something? I'll see it.
I don't need to add anything. Anything else I add will detract from the interview. This was Richard DeShay Elliott with Donnie Glover. Be More News, the news before the news that has been going on for longer than we know at the Maryland-Washington Minority Companies Association. You heard it here first. Have a great day.